All right, so this week's module is on anxiety disorders. So let's talk a little bit about the impact on occupational performance for people with anxiety disorders. And I think we can understand how all areas of occupation, activities of daily living, instrumental activities of daily living, health management, rest and sleep, education, work, play and leisure, and social participation can all be impacted, but the extent and the area of impact really depends on the type of anxiety disorder and its characteristic signs and symptoms, how long the person has had the condition, the age of onset, any sort of pre-morbid coping skills, their level of resilience, and really whether if the individual has ever received treatment for their anxiety disorder. The severity of the symptom and any co-occurring conditions and treatment responses can also influence the extent to which the anxiety impacts occupational performance areas. But to go into a little bit more specifics, let's talk about how ADLs can be impacted. Anxiety can affect sexual performance. There are and not only anxiety, but also anti-anxiety medications can decrease sexual drive and ability to perform sexual acts, which can, sexuality and sex is a huge part of who we are as humans. So this can be a really impactful area that has been impacted. A common concern for individuals who experience panic disorders are the anticipation of when the next attack will occur. So you can imagine this can have a negative impact on their ability to effectively initiate performance in activities of daily living. If we think about impact on IADLs, distractibility and impulsivity can affect the ability to care for others. It can limit safety. So thinking about home management tasks, cooking, cleaning, financial management can be impacted, parenting, shopping skills, so financial management and shopping skills definitely coincide. So as a result, home and community living can become compromised for our clients with anxiety disorders. When thinking about health management, uncomfortable symptoms and signs of anxiety can result in increased visits to healthcare facilities for the anticipation of relief from these symptoms. During an initial panic attack, many individuals feel as if they're having a heart attack or they're dying. So they might go to the emergency room. Unfortunately, hearing, processing, and remembering healthcare information and future appointments can be hindered by symptoms of anxiety. Impulsivity can cause a lack of frustration tolerance and patience necessary to tolerate long periods of waiting for treatment in waiting rooms. As a result, individuals can become irritable and leave before receiving treatment. Individuals may over-medicate using prescribed anti-anxiety medications, believing that the medication is no longer as effective, or become dependent on their medication. And there might be those who are not taking prescribed medications, and they might try to self-medicate by taking street drugs or alcohol, which can lead to additional problems instead of solutions. Anxiety can cause individuals to overeat or maybe even undereat. The latter if the individual is in a fight or flight state. So if we think about the feeding and eating disorders that we talked about in a previous module, so layering those two conditions on top of each other. And if we think about how poor nutrition can result from a heightened urge to eat sugary substance and drink caffeine. So now if there is somebody who already is irritable or impulsive, and now we add the caffeine and sugary substances, which can also cause similar feelings. So those feelings can be exacerbated. If we think about rest and sleep, individuals with anxiety disorders can have trouble going to sleep, staying asleep. They might wake up too early due to anxious ruminations or thoughts, worries, negative thoughts that just keep rolling around in their mind. There might be excessive energy or hypervigilance, maybe where they're super aware of their surroundings and not able to settle enough to get that good night's sleep. And then sometimes once asleep, these ruminations or those excessive thinking can show up in their dreams in the form of nightmares, maybe resulting in sleep avoidance. If we think about how education and work are impacted, difficulty concentrating and other cognitive impairments associated with anxiety disorders can affect learning new information and the skills necessary to perform in both an educational setting and in a work setting. Social anxiety disorders impacts the areas of both education participation as well as within the work environment, such as having to get up in front of a group of peers and give a presentation. There might be a fear of having a panic attack while in public, and that fear can cause people to maybe facilitate agoraphobia, and that might affect the consistency of their ability to go to school or go to work. Play and leisure and social participation. Individuals may experience a decrease or inability to participate in leisure activities due to poor concentration. Children and adults with social phobia may be too fearful to participate in leisure activities that involve others. Children with separation anxiety may experience a decrease in leisure activities and avoid play outside the house. Communication skills may be negatively affected because of the individual's significant level of anxiety. So individuals who have anxiety, they may experience low esteem due to their inability to perform up to maybe those self-imposed standards. And individuals with these disorders may be characterized by others as nervous or ineffective in social situations. So people may avoid contact with them, and then therefore the person with the anxiety disorder is anxious about interacting with them because they feel that they don't want to interact with them. And then you can see how that cycle can continue on and on and on. So as you can see, there are many areas of examples of how occupational performance can be impacted for individuals through the lifespan with anxiety disorders. So again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.